So, Kat, previously you were telling us about all the different entryways into educational gaming. You don't necessarily have to be a programmer. You could be interested in design, communication, data analytics, programming, which was awesome because QA, assessment, there's so many avenues in, which is really heartening. What do you think where do you think educational gaming is going, say, in the next 5 years? Are there skills that you think up and coming game enthusiasts it would be good for them to learn? Or where do you see educational gaming going in itself?
Well, like everybody, even in educational games, they're all jumping on the artificial intelligence or AI bandwagon, right? So right now there's a lot of hype, and we're in that part of it where everybody is thinking of new ideas and thinking about ways to incorporate generative AI into educational games. And I definitely see a need for that, right? So for example, I'm working as an advisor for an educational game company, and they're thinking about how to incorporate really good reflective dialogues into their games, right? So that instead of just like having a preset set of like conversations that the character that you're talking to will say, could there be some way where they have this database of really amazing kinds of interactions that can then generate dialogue with you that is completely unique and relevant to the game, that gets you to really think about why you made the decisions you made, and then to reflect then on what you might do differently if you had to solve that same problem in the future. I mean, that's amazing, right? One of the really hard things when I'm making a scalable educational game is thinking about that reflection piece, right? Because often reflection might happen outside of the game, right? So maybe you have a moderator, a mentor, a teacher, someone who is guiding that reflective dialogue and getting people to think, how does this apply to your everyday life? But if we can incorporate that mentor model into the game and have it generate some kind of realistic feeling dialogue, very authentic dialogue with you, that is really exciting. So I definitely think there's a future in that, and I'm looking forward to incorporating generative AI into the games that I make. But I also feel like there's other things that really need to happen. And the number one thing is for everyone, and that includes all of you out there, to really embrace games. Right now, there's still this feeling, this hesitancy, and this fear of using games, right? There's still this worry that games are scary, they're intimidating, or just that they're just for kids. But I really want to encourage everybody to get outside their comfort zone and to think about the ways that games could and maybe could not serve your educational needs. Because I definitely think there's space. And actually, I think there's some ways that games might even be more beneficial than other kinds of educational interventions.